Hello, everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of the Winners and Losers. Shitij and myself, Ankur, will be taking you through the winners and losers, in our opinion, over the last week of European football. And we've had a lot of games. We've had some Premier League games. We have had European action with Champions League, and today just the Europa League games being concluded. So, yeah, let's dive straight in. Our first winner, and he's been a great performer for quite a while now, and I think has been a bit under the radar, and we should have probably had him in an earlier episode. But Ivan Tony, he scored again in Brentford's 2-0 win over Southampton this weekend, and he's just been in great form, and the icing on the cake has been the England call-up in Southgate's squad that just got announced today. So yeah, let's kick it off. What do you think about Ivan Tony's performances?
Yeah, I mean, 16 goals in the league so far, and it's for team like Brentford, even though they've been playing so well, but regardless, the quality around him, it's not at the same level as what maybe Haaland has around him, or one of the other top scorers. Even Kane probably has better players around him, you could argue, at Spurs. So yeah, I think it's a very good output in return, and he's been playing really well as well, and his penalties are also like crazy. I think he equaled like a record from Yaya Toure for penalties. I think most penalties scored without missing, something like that. But yeah, it's insane. He's just playing at a crazy level, and every time he plays, he looks like he's going to score.
Indeed, indeed. I think, I mean, Brentford have really built a strong team around him. He's been the talisman there, and he got the ground running as soon as with the Premier League, and he's been proving it for what 2 or 3 seasons now. So,
Yeah.
really knocking on the doors of some of those bigger clubs at the age of 27 now. What club do you think he should get a transfer to?
So look, the issue is it's his betting scandals. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. But if I choose to
Yeah,
ignore
if you
that,
know that, yeah.
if I ignore that, I have to say United.
Let's go.
There's no other, like, okay, there's either United, or I think if Harry Kane leaves Tottenham, possibly there's a spot there,
Mm,
and regardless, like, depends on who the manager is, because
yeah,
there's chances maybe Thomas Frank can also be the Tottenham manager next season. Like,
yeah.
there's talks, there's rumors. So I mean, what if Tony also joins in there? So you
For
never
sure,
know.
for sure. Uh, if you were to do this real quick, rapid fire, top five Premier League strikers, 1 to 5.
Or Harry Kane number one, Erling Haaland number two. I know. People have
No
already
worries, no
been shown.
worries. It's rapid
Yeah,
fire, mate.
number three, Ivan Tony. Number four, number four, it's tough, man. Not many good strikers. I can't think. My brain's frozen. Evan Ferguson, Brighton.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Evan Ferguson. Number five, I'd say.
Kai Havertz, remember?
Nah, nah.
Gakpo.
Gabby Jesus, Gabby Jesus. Oh,
Jesus, Jesus.
Yo, my bad. Actually, I put Gabby Jesus, Eddie Nketiah. I'll remove
Perfect,
Evan
perfect,
Ferguson. Too
perfect.
young. Yeah.
Perfect, perfect. Yeah, I mean, talking about strikers, perfect segue into our next section. Ex Premier League striker, or probably Premier League striker next season too, but Romelu Lukaku. He's not had the best
Lakaka.
season with Inter Milan this year, and really came after the backlash following his infamous interview, following his huge Chelsea transfer, and he got loaned out to Inter Milan. And just this week, Inter Milan CEO came out saying that regardless of how he performs, we're not going to be keeping him past this season, probably because of his insane wages. I think 325k a week pounds. Joint seventh highest paid in the Premier League. Those are the wages he in his Chelsea contract, and had a horrible World Cup with Belgium. Not the best season. Maybe you can take us through a few stats, but where does Lukaku go from here?
Nah, man, he was twerking for Milan, for Inter Milan. He got his wish. He went there. He scored 3 goals in 14 matches in the Serie A, and his season highlight has been missing every single good chance in the World Cup for Belgium, costing them qualification for the round of 16. So yeah, man, it's looking peak for Lukaku, man. It ain't looking good, bro. So yeah, I don't know where it goes, man. I think his best chance is to perhaps make himself a name at Chelsea under Potter. If he can do that, you never know. I think that's his best chance at a top club. I
Look,
generally do.
he's
Chelsea
still
need a striker as well.
29. Yeah, and he's still 29 years old, man. It feels like we've been talking about Lukaku since forever. I can still remember the amazing numbers he was putting up at Everton, and not the best spell at United, but still we shouldn't like forget about the contributions he had at United, right?
Still
And
a good goal
Premier
scorer.
League
Let's not
proven
get that wrong.
striker, yeah.
Yeah,
So
he's proven.
things really fell apart from him. I mean, he's a really inconsistent player, horrible first touch, etc. But there's a player in him. So curious to see what the next 2 or 3 years look like for him. But yeah, let's move over into some European action following today's Europa League knockout of Arsenal in the round of 16. They got knocked
Big
out
knockout.
after a 3-3 aggregate score and then lost 5-3 on penalties. So yeah, take us through what the lineup was like and what you thought about the result.
Yeah, so I mean, Arsenal off the back straight away, they rotated quite a few players. I think Saka, Odegaard were missing, who are arguably the most important players this season. And like arguably the other most important player is also Thomas Partey. He was also missing from the starting lineup. So yes, they rotated a lot. I don't get the entire reasoning behind rotating all of them in the same game. So I don't know. Although still the squad looked quite strong on paper, even
Yeah,
when
they
you looked
had
at the lineup.
Jesus, Martinelli, Jorginho,
Yeah,
Saliba, Zinchenko, Ramsdale, even Granit Xhaka starting for them. So
yeah,
a team that should have put a fourth place Portuguese side to bed pretty easily.
yeah. Yes, you could definitely argue that, and I do think they did not play at their best. You could clearly see that the moment, especially in extra time, when Saka and Odegaard came onto the pitch, like it was a different level of control that Arsenal displayed. That's the control they've shown in every Premier League game. But before that, the entirety of the second half, especially, like I felt like I've not seen this season, especially a team come to Emirates and dominate them like that, create chance after chance. Like man was that goal, by the way, Pedro Gonçalves. You deserve my respect. You deserve everyone's respect. Puskas contender 2023. What a goal! Completely bamboozled Scamsdale, and yeah, man, it's a good goal. But I think they played really well, and they deserve to go to Ruben Amorim. Another good manager is doing some good things with that team. I think they outclassed Arteta tactically in some aspects. Yes, Arteta didn't have his best 11, but still, I'll have to point that out. And another managerial candidate I've heard for Tottenham, like there's a few rumors here and there, but like yeah, I think he could be a manager looking for a move as well. Soon to
Yeah,
a bigger
yeah,
club.
for sure. But I mean, great result for Sporting Lisbon today. Speaks huge volumes. Getting into the quarterfinals of the Europa League. Let's see what the draw looks like coming up. I believe at the end of this week. But yeah, let's move on to our final losers pretty quickly. England for their squad selection today. I think Southgate just announced the squad. Was it today or yesterday? But a few big changes, a few big names have been omitted from that squad, and a few surprising names have been retained. So quickly take us over some of the surprises in that squad.
So the surprises are that actually it is surprising, but at the same time it's not surprising because it's Southgate. But Harry Maguire somehow retains his position. I don't know how.
After starting, I don't know how many, 2 games in 2023, maybe a few
Yeah,
more.
yeah, and players like Lewis Dunk, Fikayo Tomori have missed out. Trent Alexander-Arnold was dropped, which logically makes sense. But if Southgate gives a logical reasoning for Trent's dropping, then the same reason should apply to other players who've been retained. So, and yeah, that's what I don't get. Like players like Harry Maguire again, Calvin Phillips barely played. We've barely seen him play a game this season for City,
I think one
and
game that he started.
yeah, and he's been retained. He's in the English squad again. So I don't know. He's gonna go there, eat the buffet, get unfit again. Pep's gonna call him fat again. So yeah, the cycle goes on with that, and that's just Southgate stuff. Kyle Walker has been called, even though an ongoing investigation is going for him doing things I can't really mention on camera, I guess. and Ivan Tony as well being called up, even though he's being investigated for betting scandal. So I don't get like the thinking. Yeah, I really don't know. What have you done,
Mhm.
Gareth Southgate? Like, come on, man. Like, do you think like, yeah, that's all I have to say.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, let's see what the rest. I mean, it's a surprise that he's still England manager following the World Cup, but I guess time will tell us what happens in the next few international tournaments. But yeah, I guess we can quickly wrap it up. Any last words, Shadej?
mm, I guess there were a few honorable mentions. Like, even Brighton could have been one for honorable mentions for winners, and a few honorable mentions in terms of losers would be Leicester City, for example. Casemiro was an honorable mention for
Hmm.
loser after
Trent,
his red card and
Trent
missing all those games.
Alexander-Arnold.
Trent Alexander-Arnold, yes, big honorable mention for a loser as well, and he was also dropped from from the England squad. So yeah, big loser in that regard, and he was sent shopping by Vinicius. I don't think he wants to even sleep now because he knows he's gonna get nightmares about Vinicius.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, that's
And just a note here for our viewers. I mean, honorable mention Haaland for his 5 goals, I guess, but
oh
we are
yes,
not. He's not probably not going to feature
I forgot.
in our like segment until he probably wins the Ballon d'Or or something. So he's always a
Yeah,
winner.
yeah,
But
he's scoring every week, so it's okay. It doesn't
yes,
matter. We don't
yes,
need to cover
yes.
him. Yeah.
That has been it for today. But make sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit that like button and share this video with all your footy friends. But thank you so much for tuning in, and it's been Kshitij and Ankur. See you next week.